So hey everybody, it's been a while. Still down here in Texas. It's still freaking hot. It's 100 right now. Probably get up to 102, 103 later this afternoon. It's 3:30, but the highs around here are usually between 5 and 6. So I thought I'd give you a little drive around the campground, the whole area down here at Rio Grande. Show you what we do and where we're at. It's that time of day where we're getting a lot of campers coming in, so that's pretty cool. So we're just going to head out. I have another camera here so I can mix the videos later and show you some stuff. But yeah, I get to ride around in this golf cart all day. Not all day, but quite a bit. And of course, right now I'm showing you pictures of home or video of home. Nuggy's inside with the AC going, so you can't blame her for that. She was out earlier, but the panting got to me. So yeah, that's home. I'll just cruise around here a little bit. Get back on the paved road. That's another site here too. I'm in site 4. We work 3 days on, 3 days off, which is pretty cool. I should probably put my head on correctly, but I don't know if you can see my face pretty good. So, there we go. Let's see if we can turn this baby around. Now in front, you can see the Sierra del Carmen. Pretty visible here in the park from anywhere. That's 75 miles long and it's up to 800 feet tall. So yeah, there's home again. Now we're just going to drive through here. I'm going to have to see how good this image stabilizer works on these cameras. I do have a microphone now, so I had complaints about people not being able to hear me. A lot of the sites come with a little pavilion and a picnic table underneath. Everybody has a bear box. Everybody's required to put things away when they leave for the day or they go to bed at night. All food, toiletries, anything with a scent, even garbage needs to be put away in the bear box or inside your vehicle, as long as it's not a convertible. So we do have a nature trail in here. There are 4 sites near the nature trail and the nature trail drive. This side that you see now, that's the side of the river, swamp, bog, however you want to call it. Just gets filled up by the Rio Grande. It does have fish, beavers, and many other animals, and a lot of birds. This is a good bird watching area, or bird sighting area, especially for migration. The bluebirds I shot and showed pictures of earlier while I was down here, they've already left for the north. So I don't know where they're going. But this is the trail, beginning of the nature trail. It does have a boardwalk going through the swamp. You can see blue tilapias. Those are the fish that are in there. They're slider, Texas sliders, and a whole lot of birds. So generally what we do in the morning is, you can see me coming up on one of these here. We get out here and we change the tags. I don't know what happened to number 17. This was reserved. We change the tags, check the bear box, make sure it's empty and clean. We check the grill, make sure that's empty and clean out the coals. We look for any litter and just prepare it for the next campers. So that's how that works. Then we greet the campers when they come in. We give them a heads up on what's going on here at the park, and we give them a heads up on the rules. I think this is a rule breaker here. They have something hanging in the tree, which is not allowed. So I will return. We have 100 sites. No hookups. The only hookups that are here are for the 2 host campers, because we live here, which gives us electricity, water, sewer, and internet access. I've seen a lot of really, really cool campers down here. Things I've only seen either in other YouTube videos or on the road. So really a lot of nice people down here. We do get our share of animals coming over from Mexico. A lot of donkeys, a lot of horses. Up until this year, I heard there were a lot of cattle also coming across, but we haven't had that problem. As far as immigrants, that's not an issue here. This area of Texas and this park is just much too hot to make it all the way through to what they would perceive as freedom. So that's not really an issue. There's a lot of sites waiting for their occupants of the night or however long they want to stay. There's a 14-day limit. And we should be coming up on those donkeys pretty soon. But yeah, we also have 6 of those 100 sites are reserved for search and rescue teams. When and if they're needed to come in, they have a place to stay. We've had quite a few rescues this year. Only one here in the Rio Grande area, but many of the Windows Trail over in Chisos Basin. People don't plan ahead and they don't listen. They tell them, hey, you need 2 gallons of water if you're going to start that trail now, and you better start at sunrise. Because starting at noon or 2 o'clock is just insanity. So people don't want to listen. So we're just about full. There are some empty ones, but they're reserved. People are out doing hikes and visiting other locations in the park before they come over here and set up camp. So yeah, the pavilions are nice. It offers some shade from the heat. Like I said, it is 100 degrees out here, maybe hotter. Run over to the group camp area. There is a walkway directly over there, but the golf cart doesn't fit down there, unfortunately. It'd be a lot quicker. So yeah, this is basically the end of the road, the eastern end of the park. There's route, right now we're on route, it's not even a route, Rio Grande Road. This just ends at Daniel's Ranch.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes?
We thought we saw that there was a restaurant somewhere in the village.
No. There is a store.
Okay,
Just a store.
fair enough.
Okay,
Thank you.
you bet. This area is also amphitheater parking and access to the group campgrounds. As you'll see, the sign up here says amphitheater parking, so I don't know why I even said anything. Who knows? That's the trail over the amphitheater. They have programs nearly every night that rangers put on. They do a dark sky program because this is an official dark sky park. All exterior lights on your campers need to be off at 10 o'clock. Generators are off at 8. Generator hours are 8 to 8. So yeah, this is the group campground. There's 4 different sites here. So people just here chilling, relaxing. Got family reunions, weddings, things like that. And they do get extra bear boxes for the more people. They do have their own bathrooms. There are no showers. Showers are supplied at the camp store. So, and they charge for that. That is a privately owned and operated business. It's not part of the park. Aramark has that contract. They also have a full hookup campground for those who can't take the heat and need to have their electricity. Unless you have enough batteries to run an air conditioner overnight, which it hasn't been really that warm at night to do. But yeah, there's the Sierra down there. It's really nice. Nice view today. The sky's pretty clear. There's a boat ramp we just passed. I should have showed you. That's mainly a takeout location where the companies will take you upstream and drop you off, and you come out over here. Some people do go in here. They'll paddle against the wind, against the river. And they'll go up to the hot springs area and then turn around and come back. I've seen quite a few people do that. I head on over to the store. As you can see behind me, there's we do carry around plenty of tools. We do pick up after the donkeys that come over. They tend to make a mess, but we also appreciate it because they cut the grass, right? It's a win-win. Someone's got a plugged toilet, we'll take care of that too, or one of the toilets are plugged and we can't get maintenance, we'll take care of that as well. And it just keeps everything running smooth, working as a team. So, we do have our share of wildlife. There are plenty of jalapenos here. Although people think they're pigs, they're not. They're more closely related to hippopotamus than they are to pigs. So, oh, they look like a pig. They got a pig snout, they got pig tusks, or wild boar tusks. It's really interesting. But they look scary and ugly. So all these fields here back in the day when Daniel's Ranch was still operating, this was all cotton.
1490.
These were all cotton fields. You can see we're surrounded by mountains. Even on the Mexican side. Those mountains over there, that's Mexico. So, the only place there isn't is where the river's at.
Is there any end of the boardwalk? Is there any exhaustion? You just walk down there and get iron.
Here we are at the village store. And gas station. And gas station, $4.51 a gallon. A little steep. Ahead of us, I don't know if you can see through that plexiglass windshield, but ahead of us is the Aeromark Campground, the trailer village. And they're all full hookups. There's basically spots in a parking lot. That's all you get. Enough room to set up a picnic table next to your camper and park your car. Yeah, that's about it. But you do have those hookups, and there are people that require them. Not used to dealing with heat. We did have spring break last month, and this is April 1st. Spent the last 2 weeks of February preparing for spring break. And that's when the crowds come in. That's when all the colleges are out, the college kids are out. So we do get packed. This year the heat kept some people away because it was always over 100 every day. It was really, really hot. Really nothing you can do about that. So, over here we have a pair of common blackhawks that have made a nest. I guess they've been nesting here for a few years now. I drove by earlier today and they weren't here. And I don't see them now. I see one up there. I don't know if you can see them up in the tree, but there's two nests up there, and I guess they're just trying to decide which one they want. And I think the male is sitting on the edge of the furthest nest. So we try to leave them in peace. Area is closed. We do have gray hawks down here, the deer, the mountain lions, the bear. They're all here. So they estimate 24 mountain lions in the park. Generally anywhere you are is in the area of one of those mountain lions. So caution is always needed. Keep paying attention. People got to know what they're getting into, where they're going. Mostly common sense. But we know how that goes. There used to be a lot of cottonwood trees here in the park. Cottonwoods have a lifespan of about 75 years. So you figure the became a park in 1944. And the land here, Daniel's Ranch area, and all this land down here where the campground's at and everything was donated to the park with a stipulation. That stipulation was they had to continue to water the trees. So we have a very interesting canal system throughout this area where water is pumped in from the Rio Grande pools. And from the pools, it's pumped in the canals into each area. We do flood the campground. Everybody's advised to keep their tents up on the gravel pads and not on the grass, obviously. Water flowed away. And we fill up each area, this low lying in between each road where the campers are. And within a day and a half, that water's gone. It's completely soaked in the ground and gone. Which is pretty amazing. You can see the canal on this side. I really don't want to kick up the dust. We did it twice in February. We did the watering. We kept that out in March because of how busy it is here. But I expect pretty soon we'll be flooding again in order to supply the trees. So that was the deal. Keep the trees alive. Keep watering. So down here at the end of Daniel's Ranch, there's a picnic area they use. We do get a lot of people to try to use the campground as a picnic area, and it doesn't work. We have to tell them to come down at this end. So they can get in here and take their picnics and relax and whatnot. A lot of hikers. There's a nice trail here that goes down that valley. The Mexicans do come across, set up little displays to sell their stuff. They have their money boxes there. They do it here, and they do it at Boquillas Overlook. So that's basically the gist of the area. Again, the Cerro del Carmen in front of us. Very impressive. I mean, like I said, you can see that anywhere in the park. Yeah, boy, it sticks out. You go up to Panther Junction, which is where the park headquarters are, and that's 20 miles away. And you can see this with no problem. So, it's also where the mailbox and post office is at. So when we get mail, we got to drive 40 miles round trip to pick up the mail. And a trip to Dollar General, which is the closest. Well, there's another store in Terlingwood. It's called Cottonwood. Those two are both at 91 mile round trip. So when you go out, you stock up. You don't want to go often. Although the drive is beautiful. So that's one thing you get. You get the west to east view of everything in the park and the mountains. The Chizos Mountains are beautiful. Sometime this week or next, I'll be going to Chizos Basin and showing you that. It's like an oasis in the middle of the desert. It has the campground lodge, or the park lodge, restaurant, campground, the Windows Trail, beautiful views, great hiking opportunities. There you can see where where they had been cutting down the cottonwoods that had died. So a lot of them have. I would say the majority of them have. And that's about it, folks. That's the area. Got one more road to run down in the campground, but see what I do. Answer questions, help people. Make sure the place is clean for people to enjoy. Well, that's that. And you're out here and it's beautiful. Oh, there we go. Absolutely beautiful out here. No idea. And at night it's so quiet. There we go. Cerro del Carmen does not show up as big as it actually is here on this camera, but what are you going to do? And there goes the walkie. So, those people that want to know what I do, that's what I do. Really not difficult. Things that make things difficult are the people. They can be difficult at times. But what are you going to do?
En route to Boquillas Canyon from Hot Springs.
Seems we have an emergency at Boquillas Canyon. That's a short trail up and over a little saddle and then down into a canyon where the Rio Grande runs through it, which is the border down here. Now, from here you can't see it. The swamp I showed you over and the nature trail go over that swamp, that water all comes from the Rio Grande. All the water that we pump through these canals comes from the Rio Grande. So, and there's a lot of fishing, canoeing, paddling, kayaking, you name it. There is a official port of entry to Mexico. You can cross if you bring your passport. They're open Friday through Monday, and you can go over to the other side and enjoy a meal. There's a couple of restaurants. You can take a donkey ride from where the boat takes you out and take a donkey or horse ride into town, or you can walk the thing a third of a mile or half a mile. It's your choice. You can't buy any food back. So whatever you're going to go over there and buy to eat, you got to eat it there. You can't bring it back for enjoyment. So that's customs for you. You can always come over here to the village store and grab an ice cream and sit on the picnic table and reminisce of your day. Because there's a lot to see and do here. If you're an avid hiker, avid camper, we do have a lot of backcountry sites. Those two have to be reserved. We do have backcountry crews. That's all they do every day is go out in the backcountry and check the sites, check looking for campers, make sure everybody's okay. Because there is no cell signal. There is no communication other than the radios that we get. There are a couple hot spots. There is one here at the store that has free internet. The visitor center, which is about a quarter mile up the road, that has free internet, and I have internet as well as the other couple that are at the campground as hosts. We get internet. Not given out to anybody else, it's just for our use. So we are able to use our phones and tablets and TVs and whatnot. So that is generally quiet. 8 o'clock rolls around. Most 99.9% of people have their generators off. We give them some time, usually 10-15 minutes before we have to remind them what time it is. And these people usually have Verizon as a cell service. And Verizon jumps between Central and Mountain Time, so sometimes it jumps back an hour to Mountain Time, and they think they got another hour to run their generator. But they don't, so we have to remind them of it. As for T-Mobile and AT&T, they don't have that problem. Verizon's jumpy. There's a lot of beauty in the desert, and I'll be showing you in the next video. Everything here is meant to kill you, I swear. Everything's got spikes. It's going to cut you, stab you, scrape you, poke you, break off under your skin. Oh my God, the number of splinters I've already taken out. Crazy. And then you wonder how the coyotes and the javelinas just run right through this stuff. That's pretty weird. That was slow. So yeah, this is the last road I have to go down. Still waiting on people to show up. There are a couple empty sites. Like I said, the spring break rush is over, which is good. Well, I'd rather see people here bringing in money for the park, which would be better. Site number 73 here is for the other host couple. Really nice people. Paul and Bill. And their dog Wick. But yeah, nearly every site has a view of the Sierra del Carmen. Oh, we got our visitors over here. There are illegals sitting in the shade. They know the grass is greener on the other side. They were by my side earlier today. Nuggie wasn't too impressed with them. She didn't want them around. But yeah, they're enjoying the shade. They've been eating grass all day. They're doing fine. Eventually, they will go back. I had two of them that were, the legs were hobbled yesterday, which the Mexicans tie their front legs together, hoping to keep them from leaving, and it doesn't work. And they get over here, and the ones that let us, we cut the rope off from between their legs so they can actually move and walk normally. Sometimes it takes a while. You'll see them hop around because they still think they're hobbled, but they're not. But yeah, they're enjoying themselves. Got some nice grass. Them and the jalapenos take care of that. Oh, the jalapenos are a lot more pickier on what they're eating than the mules or donkeys or burros or whatever you want to call them. They have so many names. So, yep, they're just visiting, and I'm sure we're going to have a cleanup over here eventually. That's funny. That's a nice little camper. I like that. I'd like to see what it looks like inside. Might not like it. Well, the campground does have 3 toilets, 3 washrooms, or 3 sets of washrooms, men's and women's, and a place to wash dishes. So, the visitors are happy about that. Especially since there's no running water at the campsite. But yeah, people just out here enjoying themselves, cooking themselves dinner. It's getting close. The volunteers on this end, we have a happy hour every night at 5 o'clock. We meet over at the residential area. Enjoy cocktails or soda or punch or whatever it is you're drinking. I mean, it's pop, especially in uniform. My buddy Jim was down here, and I still have the beer he left when he was here, and that was back in February. He left me 3 beers, and they're still in the cooler or in the fridge. Today might be the day, because it's hot. But yeah, there's a whole smorgasbord of campers down here. I mean the vehicles, not the people. There's a smorgasbord of people here too. I was really surprised at how many people from Europe, from Netherlands, from Germany, from Switzerland ship their campers over, and then they travel here. And then eventually they have to go home and they ship it all back. So I find that quite interesting. Met some really nice people. There are a lot of people from Asia here. And a lot of different kind of campers. Like I said, it does get quiet. 8 o'clock, by 10 o'clock, it's dead quiet outside. The stars here, oh my Lord. Unbelievable. I still have to get some shots. But yeah, beautiful. Totally beautiful. Any questions, let me know. Throw a remark at the bottom. Let me know what you think. And here we go, we're back at the campsite. Made the tour for the afternoon. I got a working buddy that he lives in the residential area with his camper. He'll be over in probably around 5:30, and he'll do his drive around. he sees anybody new, he'll talk to them. So that's how we work things out. All hooked up. So yeah, that's what he does. And we're here. We're back home. It's really pretty simple. It's hot. Try to get anything heavy duty done before noon, before the heat sets in. So, like I said, you got any questions, feel free to ask. Or comments, or, whatever. Write them down. Good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter. Constructive criticism is always the best. All right. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.